In the 80s, James Spader was one of the most talked about young movie stars in America. The kind of name studios built films around and casting directors fought over. Then almost overnight, he stopped making movies and started showing up on network television instead, which looked to most people like a quiet retreat from real stardom. It was actually one of the smartest financial moves of his career.
James Todd Spader broke through in the mid-1980s playing wealthy, cold, unlikable young men, the kind of role that made you love hating him. Pretty in Pink made him a name almost overnight. He followed it with a supporting role in Wall Street, sharing the screen with Charlie Sheen, Michael Douglas, and Jack Nicholson, right at the height of that film's cultural moment, and critics took notice of him all over again. 2 years later, in 1989, he won Best Actor at the Cannes Film Festival for Sex, Lies, and Videotape, a tiny independent film that helped launch the entire indie movie boom of the 90s. Through the late 80s and into the 90s, Spader kept working steadily in the kind of mid-budget, character-driven dramas that critics loved and studios were still willing to fund. For a stretch of years, he wasn't just working. He was exactly the kind of actor Hollywood built its serious films around.
But the kind of movie that made Spader a star was quietly going extinct, and nobody running a studio in Hollywood was going to wait around and fix that for him.
Through the 1990s, studios pulled their money out of mid-budget adult dramas and poured it into blockbusters instead. The character parts that had built Spader's career were shrinking, and the paychecks that came with them shrank right along with them. By the early 2000s, he was still working, but in smaller films with smaller budgets and smaller audiences behind them. In 2003, Spader took a role on the ABC legal drama The Practice, playing an attorney named Alan Shore. At the time, television still carried real stigma for a serious film actor to cross over into. But the job paid, and it paid every single week, season after season, instead of waiting on the next uncertain film offer to come along. The following year, the show was rebuilt around his character entirely and relaunched as Boston Legal, which ran for 5 more seasons after that.
Here's the part that people miss. Spader didn't take that TV role because it was his dream or because he suddenly fallen in love with television. He took it because the movie offers had gotten smaller and less reliable, and this one was sitting right in front of him, steady and real. A lot of actors in his position would have held out, chasing the prestige of film and hoping the good offers eventually come back around. Spader looked hard at where the money and the stability actually were, and he took the sure thing in front of him instead of chasing a comfortable illusion.
That sure thing won him 3 Emmy Awards playing the same character across 2 different shows. It also led straight to the Blacklist in 2013, where he reportedly earned up to $300,000 an episode by the show's later seasons.
James Spader didn't leave movies because television made for a better story. He left because the math had changed, and he was honest enough with himself to follow it instead of chasing the version of his career that no longer existed. That's the real lesson here. The path that looks like the fallback, the one that feels like settling for less, is sometimes the one that actually pays the most in the end. You see this pattern far outside of Hollywood too. A layoff, fewer hours at work, a household going from 2 incomes down to 1. The instinct is always to hold out for something that matches what things used to look like. But the steadier option sitting right in front of you might be the one that actually carries you the furthest. I'm Amy. Please click like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.